I want you to close your eyes for just a second and picture that one plant in your windowsill. You know the one. It used to fit perfectly in that cute little ceramic pot. It sat just right in the sunlight, needed a little water here and there, and everything about it felt easy. But lately, it looks tired. The leaves are drooping no matter how much you water it. The soil is so packed and dry it feels like concrete. And if you look closely at the bottom, the roots are actually starting to crawl out of the drainage hole, searching for somewhere, anywhere to go. And suddenly, that pot that once felt like a safe, beautiful home for that plant, it feels more like a cage. But here's the thing. Nothing is wrong with the plant. It didn't fail. It didn't break. It just grew. And sometimes the very spaces that once gave us safety to grow are the exact same spaces that eventually begin to limit us. Whether it's a job that once felt like an opportunity, friendships that have been around forever but suddenly feel tight or uncomfortable or awkward, or routines that used to support you and now feel exhausting. If you've been feeling restless, irritated, or disconnected inside your own life, it might not be because something is wrong. It might be because you've expanded, you've grown, and that's okay, because today we are honoring that growth. Welcome to And That's Okay, the podcast that empowers you to master your emotional world. I'm Lisa Renee Scott, your host and a passionate believer that every feeling is a signal and every signal holds power. In a world that often tells us to ignore or dismiss our emotions, I'm here to remind you that whatever you're feeling, it's for a reason, and that's okay. Each week, I'll dive into real-life challenges, share relatable experiences, and equip you with the revolutionary framework to name it, claim it, and navigate it. That's transforming your feelings into your greatest guides. So let's take a deep breath, lean in, and unlock the power of your emotions. So this morning, I was on my living room floor with bags of potting soil and a few plants. Now, listen, full disclosure, I used to be the one who basically bought the plant at the store and killed it before it came home. If I could keep something alive for more than a month, I felt like I deserved a trophy or a celebration. But as I was loosening the soil in my living room, I was trying to gently turn this one specific pot over without snapping off the roots. And I had this moment. That plant wasn't dying. It was just too big for its pot. And it hit me. In our lives, we go through these exact same growth seasons. We outgrow places. We outgrow routines. We outgrow conversations. And yes, sometimes we even outgrow people. Not because they're bad, not because we're better, but because we've grown in different directions. And when that starts happening, we begin to question ourselves. Why am I so cranky lately? Why does this feel so heavy now? Why do I feel stuck when everything looks fine on paper? It's because you've grown. And when a plant outgrows its pot, we don't shame it for needing more space. We just repot it. But repotting requires intention. The first thing you change when you repot a plant is the soil, its environment. Because the soil that supported where it was may not contain what it needs for where it's going next. It doesn't have the right nutrients. And sometimes in our lives, our soil looks like our job, our routines, the expectations placed on us or by other people, which there's another podcast about that. Go look for it. Even the community we're surrounded by. is our soil. And that soil may have been perfect for a previous version of you, but not for who you are becoming. So today, I want you to identify one place in your life that feels tight or uncomfortable, that felt comfortable before. I don't want to talk about things that are dramatic or chaotic or toxic, just the things that felt comfortable that aren't anymore. Then choose one small shift. Leave work on time once this week. Take your lunch somewhere quiet, even if it's in your car. Don't eat at your desk. Maybe you say, "Let me get back to you," instead of "yes" right away. Give your roots a little more room to breathe. Now, once you remove the plant from the pot, you don't just drop it into new soil. You check the roots. Sometimes the roots are tangled. Sometimes they've even wrapped around each other so tightly that they are restricting its own growth. So you gently loosen them and you create space in between them. And in our lives, this might look like interactions that leave you drained, conversation that create doubt, expectations you've been carrying that were never yours to begin with. This isn't about blame. It's about space. So I want you to audit one interaction this week. Pay attention to how you feel afterwards. Are you more energized? Are you just like blah? Or are you drained? Then create a boundary based on how you feel. Do you need to shorten the call? Do you need to delay a reply in a text by an hour? Maybe change the topic if they're talking about things that don't really apply to you or gossiping. Maybe you even have to limit the time you spend with that person. You're not cutting people off. You are loosening the roots. You're making space for new people. And once the roots are cleaned, you place the plant in its new little pot, its new home, but it's still not done. Now it needs water. New environments require nourishment, support, guidance, encouragement, because growth does take energy. And sometimes being watered looks like listening to something that stretches you, learning from someone who's been where you are going, or maybe taking in words that remind you of who you are becoming. So I want you to choose one source of support this week. Maybe send an email to someone that you admire. Maybe watch a master training or start a new book in a different genre than what you normally read. Or join a hobby group. That way you are connecting with new people. Finally, let's talk about sunlight. Too much sunlight burns the plant. Too little limits its growth. It's about the right amount. People, places, experiences that energize you and bring you joy, that bring you warmth without pressure, challenge you without exhausting you. So I want you to schedule one moment of sunlight this week. And by that, I mean music in the morning, a walk outside, some creative time, maybe quiet time. I want you to put it on your calendar as if it is a doctor's appointment, one that you can't reschedule, one that you can't miss, and protect it. You can't grow towards something when you're always operating in the dark. You need sunlight. So here's your repotting checklist for the week. Change your soil, clean the roots, be watered, and find the sunlight. 4 steps, that's it. Because growth doesn't always look like progress. Sometimes it looks like discomfort. Sometimes it looks like distance. Sometimes it looks like a whole lot of mess on the living room floor. But when a plant outgrows its pot, we do not force it to stay small just to keep the windowsill looking great. We give it room because the goal was never to stay the same size. The goal was always to grow, and that's okay. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of And That's Okay. I hope our conversation left you feeling validated, empowered, and equipped with practical steps to name it, claim it, navigate it in your own life. If you found value in today's message, please subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear that their feelings are valid. Your support helps us spread the validation revolution. And if you're ready to dive deeper into transforming your emotional landscape, you'll definitely want to grab a copy of my book, And That's Okay. It's available on Amazon or through my website. Just check the link in my bio or the captions of this episode. For daily inspiration, reflections, and more tools to support your growth, come connect with me on social media. I'd love to hear how you're applying the Name It, Claim It, Navigate It framework in your own life. Before we wrap up, a quick reminder, I am not a licensed doctor or therapist. I'm simply sharing experiences and insights that have helped me and countless others along the way. My mission is to empower you with the tools, not replace professional medical advice. Remember, whatever you're feeling or going through, you have feelings, and that's okay.